Tuning in. I don't usually make this type of video, but knowing that I am a big fan of comics, of course I'm going to be a big fan of Star Wars. So I was thinking, like, a couple of my friends were all saying they were thinking about waiting until all the hype for the movie was over before we went as a group to go see this film. But my one buddy last night just, like, he couldn't wait, and he's like, hey, do you want to go and see this movie tonight? So of course last night I got the opportunity to watch Star Wars The Force Awakens, and before I say anything too much, I want to warn you that this video is going to be full of spoilers. This is just me kind of like talking about what I saw in the movie and what I had to think of it, and I just kind of want to share this with other people who have already seen this film and kind of, you know, get your guys' feel for what you thought of what you saw. Okay, so this is your cutoff point. If you have not seen the movie yet, please stop watching now. Okay, because 1, 2, 3. Okay, spoilers. Right away at the start of the movie, I saw like a parallel to A New Hope by the way it was laid out with the text, the scroll, and they're kind of giving you the layout of what's going on. But it wasn't just the layout of the text. It was like, you know, showing the Star Destroyer kind of like slowly going up to a planet in the background. I thought that was really cool that J.J. Abrams decided to do that, kind of like a nod, like a little tribute to, you know, the original film. I thought it was great. And I do have to say, I was a little scared that J.J. Abrams was going to ruin this film. And even bigger, I was totally afraid that Disney was going to ruin this film. So I kind of went with my, you know, a little hesitation. I was super excited to go in and see this movie because, you know, it's been a really long time since there's been a Star Wars movie. And this takes place after Return of the Jedi. So, you know, it was... I could not contain myself. I just could not wait to see this movie. The crowds were unbelievable. Let's just say that. There were so many people, so many theaters were open to show this movie. I guess it was like record-breaking, the amount of money this movie made on its opening night. Well, anyways, I want to get into what went on in this movie. Okay, so it kind of, you know, we're introduced to the main players like Kylo Ren. We're introduced to Finn. And Finn, I didn't know until I saw the movie. He just, like, was assigned, like, a numerical, like, alphabet, like, kind of, like, name. He just had, like, a call number, like he was a prisoner or something. He didn't know what his real name was, and I guess they were like kidnapped when they were very young and programmed to be stormtroopers. I thought that was kind of cool, and they did mention how they no longer wanted to use clones. I thought that was cool that they kind of like, they acknowledge, you know, that there was the Clone Wars and all that in one time, but it's not the Empire. These guys are the First Order. We're introduced to Poe, the pilot, BB-8, who is the little ball robot. I thought that was kind of cool. And me and my buddy were talking after the movie last night, and we're like, if you want to sell toys for a sci-fi movie, the way to do that is by having a cute, comedic kind of robot character. And they had this spot on with BB-8. I do have to say, and I have to agree with my buddy on that that is a good way to market toys for a movie, is to have them have robots instead of Jar Jar Binks, which the original movie, you know, the prequels just kind of failed that way with the Jar Jar character. But enough talking about that. I also want to talk about some of the other scenes. We see Han Solo and Chewbacca. That was, I knew because I had seen the trailers. I saw every single trailer for the film before it came out, so I wasn't really surprised when they came on scene, because we saw the Millennium Falcon. Good way. I love the way they introduced the Millennium Falcon. I thought that was kind of neat that it just happened to be sitting in a junkyard on Jakku. Totally unexpected. I did not see that coming because, they're trying to flee the planet. And she's like, oh, don't go for that piece of junk. And then the one they intended on getting was blown up. And she's like, okay, that piece of junk is fine. And that piece of junk turned out to be the Millennium Falcon. So I thought that was really cool. The character of Rey, she's obviously a Force user. And the fact that she was drawn to Anakin's lightsaber, I don't know what to think. We know she's not Han and Leia's kid, but did Luke have a child, and is she Luke Skywalker's daughter? I don't know, but we do know that she is very strong in the Force, so I thought that was kind of cool. I love the fact that the way people were speculating about this movie, that so many people were thinking for sure that certain people in the film were going to be, the children. And it was totally revealed that it was not who you suspected. It was the drop of that was totally unexpected, that we would find out that Kylo Ren was one of the children. And Kylo Ren is really Ben Solo. I thought that was just totally unexpected, but it was so cool. And the reveal was just so matter-of-fact, because Snoke is talking to Kylo Ren how they plan on doing certain things, and Snoke is like, your father might try to persuade you to go back to the Jedi way. And I was like, Han Solo is his father? And of course, the obvious, yes, Han Solo dies. I mean, I think we all knew that was coming. A lot of people speculated that. I was almost thinking that people were going to be wrong, that maybe it was going to be Chewbacca that died, or maybe Poe. But yeah, sadly, Han Solo did die. And it was almost parallel to A New Hope when Ben Kenobi had sacrificed himself. It was almost lined up just like that, because we have Kylo Ren and Han Solo's chasing after him, and he says, Ben, and he's trying to get him to come back to him. And he goes up to him and he tries to persuade him, because Leia had asked him. She says, hey, if you see our son, try to get him to come home. I thought that was cool. I saw it coming, though, because when he went up to him, he hugged him, and I know he's just gonna stab him with the lightsaber, and of course he did. It was kind of obvious, because Kylo Ren's kind of a douche. He's a dick. I knew it was coming. I mean, it was kind of obvious, but yeah, that reveal. The flashback scenes that, kind of told Rey, a little bit about the owners of the lightsaber. That was really cool. I really, really liked that. J.J. Abrams, you did a really good job with this film. I was so afraid it was going to be ruined, but I think it was really good. Just the fight scenes with the TIE fighters and the Millennium Falcon, they were good. They were really, really good. But there were a lot of parallels that went back to A New Hope, even a little bit of The Empire Strikes Back, because Luke went into hiding, and the whole plot of the movie was how they're trying to find Luke Skywalker because he's in hiding, because the Empire had put a hit on all Jedis, of course, and that order was still out there. Me and my buddy were talking about this because I guess he went and he rewatched all of the original 3 films, but he tried to watch the prequels. He said he just couldn't stomach them, and I don't know why people have so much hate for the prequels. I really don't think they were that bad. Of course, they weren't that good, but they weren't that bad. But he mentioned something about some order, and I was like, yeah, I kind of remember that. There was an order that was put out to kill all the Jedis. So yeah, that was kind of cool to, refresh that about the movie. I was kind of expecting to see Lando back, but I was kind of getting my hopes up to see Lando come back. Maybe that would be cool if they could bring him back for the 8th movie. That would be great to see him. But I thought it was pretty cool that Finn, had a main role, because for once we have a person of color who is in a main role for Star Wars. I thought that was kind of neat to see that. I really honestly do not think, just because Finn wielded the lightsaber, I really don't think that he has the Force. I don't think he's going to be a Jedi. He was kind of really awkward when he tried to fight Kylo Ren. He got his ass whooped, basically. So I really don't see him being a Luke Skywalker type character. I'm really thinking that he's going to be more of a smuggler type character. He's going to take on the role like Han Solo. I think he's kind of replace Han since Han died. I don't think we're going to see... I don't think that that's the end of Finn, because I know that it kind of ended kind of grim for him in the movie. But I do think he will be coming back for the 8th film. I keep wanting to say the 2nd film. But yeah, the really, really good movie, guys. If I would love to hear what your thoughts on this are. I don't want to keep going on and on about it. I feel like I don't want to talk too much about it. I really don't want to make this a long-winded video. But yeah, just they had to reveal Luke at the end. I was almost thinking, I knew they were going to end it on a cliffhanger, but I was thinking it was going to end on a cliffhanger where they were going to be searching for Luke, like flying away to go look for him. But no, they ended it, with the reveal, and Luke looked a lot like Ben Kenobi, which is, another throwback to A New Hope. And of course, he was living like a hermit off on some planet, just like Yoda. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was very interesting to see. I am so excited. I cannot wait to hear what the plans are that Disney has in mind. And hopefully J.J. Abrams will be directing the 8th film as well. I really cannot wait to see that or hear what they plan on doing for that one. My buddy had mentioned to me the new Death Star weapon was called the Star Killer, and for those who do not know, he told me that Lucas had originally intended on Luke's last name being Star Killer, so I guess that was a little, it was a little tribute for the original Lucas films. I guess Lucas had changed Star Killer to Skywalker, so I thought that was kind of neat, his name could have been Star Killer, and that they kept the name by calling the new Death Star planet thing Star Killer. That was cool to see that, and how it basically used a star as its power source to obliterate worlds. The CGI for this film was just so much better than all the other films. They had so much more capabilities, and I love the fact that J.J. Abrams, he kind of, he honored the original films, because, and I think I read somewhere online that a couple of people reviewed it, and they said that this film was what every fan of the original films had hoped it would be, and they were spot on by saying that in that review, because there were not really anything that I thought was really bad with this film. I'm not going to say I thought it was a 5 out of 5 star film, but I did think it was a strong 4 out of 5 star film. I really enjoyed it. There were just so many jaw-dropping scenes, and it was the awe. It was good, and I gotta stop talking because I really don't want to ramble, but please let me know down below what you guys thought of the film, because of course this video is directed at those who have already seen Star Wars Force Awakens. What did you think about what you saw? you know, the fight scene with Kylo Ren versus Rey, I thought that was pretty cool because it was a strong female lead, whereas in A New Hope, you know, Leia kind of took the back seat and it was Luke who was the one who... There was a lot of empowerment in this video. So yeah, this was a great film. Yeah, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, feel free to click the subscribe button. Like this video if you liked it, share it with your friends, and yeah, let me know what you thought of this film down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, later.